All right, we are back after the technical difficulties. What you missed was Mid-Melee taking out Halo from Wayne State, so stocks are tied 9 apiece. Mid-Melee remains in as Game & Watch is picked for Wayne State's new player. Get that username momentarily for everyone. Evanator is in for Wayne State. Playing his Game & Watch in the red, Mid-Melee for Carthage in the blue. Not ideal color-wise, but, you know, had to break that down for everybody. Mid-Melee currently at 65% damage. Trying to get a feel for this Game & Watch. Already used 3 Wonder Wings on her first stop, so have to be a little bit more strategic now. She uses the remaining 2 Wonder Wings. Some nice bomb placements from Evanator here on Game & Watch. One of those great strategic characters. See his side view come out. Maybe. No. It's going to back off from each other here. Get a feel for each other's playstyles. Nice poke from Mid-Melee with Kazooie. Flare and the down smash claims stock for Wayne State. Evanator taking one off Mid-Melee. Stock now 9-8. Response currently on the season. Mid-Melee has 8 KOs, so that is third most on the black team. So very solid start for Mid-Melee. One of our freshmen coming on board and smashing. Getting Evanator up to 89% damage. A little roll through and another poke with Kazooie. Had 9% more damage here. Evanator's doing a great job of servicing around the playing field here, not allowing Mid-Melee to take any cheap shots, especially with the Wonder Wing. Sweep the Wonder Wing, there it is. 3 more remaining, the up smash almost gets Mid-Melee out of here, but the Wonder Wing hits, and Mid-Melee tying things up. 2 apiece in this round, and 8 stocks to 8 stocks in set 1. Wants to hit that side of the Wonder Wing is going to do some damage. Mid-Melee at 140% damage. Wonder Wings are not going to be available until Mid-Melee gets KO'd again. And there's the KO from Evanator. A nice up smash again. Wayne State in the lead again. We've had like 3 changes already this season. Pretty competitive for the first set. Both of these teams similar in record, so you would imagine that would be the case. Evaнаtor's at 47% damage, but again, just Evaнаtor's ability to play the range game with Game & Watch, you know, it's kind of an oxymoron to say, but I mean, Game & Watch is a mobile character, and you can, you know, manipulate your position on the field at all times, as opposed to being a heavy character, for example. Mid-Melee's trying her best to hit one of these Wonder Wings, or at least get some momentum going, because it's been the air game dominating. A couple bombs are going to hit Mid-Melee, but Mid-Melee is just going to be stagnant, at least for now. 58% damage on her last stock. Evanator. Getting some more combos. The up smash is going to hit. Not going to get Mid-Melee out just yet. There is still hope for Mid-Melee to at least get one more stock. Oh, and that's not going to happen as the Flames roar in for Wayne State. And the stock count 8-6 in favor of Wayne State. What a great showing from Evanator on Wayne State Cougars. I mean, I know this team is 0-5 going into this game, but, you know, you gotta take your hats off. They're a very competitive team for being winless. And, you know, if you look at their stats from their previous matchup, I mean, you know, I talked about the Carroll University matchup before. In Game 1, they were 12-9, and then Game 2, they were 12-10. So basically, they had 9 stocks remaining and then 10 stocks remaining in those games before, you know, they eventually lost. loss, but even then, that's very close for a team that's 4-5. So I will not take this team lightly, and I'm glad we're having a competitive showdown for this first match of the evening. So with Mint Melee on the board, we're down to either Precious Sponge or Phoenix on the lineup for Carthage Black. Phoenix currently has 5 KOs to 30 falls, so he's been struggling a little bit to find some against a team that, isn't really that great record-wise, but, with player-wise, they're good. He could have a chance to shine here. We're hoping that he does have that breakthrough. He's one of our early freshmen who are currently on the team. He's a really solid player. It's just, we face very superior competition sometimes. The freshman can't really get a hold on it that quickly. So we'll hope to see that he gets some KOs in this match. Speaking of that, he will be the next representative for Carthage, going against Evander, who will have 2 stocks remaining that are carried over from the previous round that we just saw between Mint Melee and Evander, for those who are confused about that. And also, we have Precious Sponge, who is the second most knockout on the team with 28 of his 32 calls. So Precious Sponge has really come into their own on the team. As soon as we saw them on October 1st, they did really, really well on KDD. So I'm hoping that when we see Precious Sponge, they will pick up right where they left off on. We haven't had Smash for a month, so we haven't given these players proper screen time for whatever reason that may be, but they have a chance to shine this evening. They have a chance to show Firebirds fans what they can do, and I'm excited to see what they can do. But we'll see Phoenix first on the character Pit, who is a very agile character. Most of these characters are agile, but Pit in particular is really, really unique in the sense that you can, fly across the map. He has a really good side B. I mean, Pit's the total package. It just depends on who uses the character. You could say that for all the characters. I mean, there's an ability where you can shield off multiple projectiles at once. I mean, Pit's a great fighter, but we'll see how Phoenix will do against a Game & Watch, which is going to be very, very, very exciting. So as we wait for the matchup to begin, we'll take a moment to preview a Carthage Red and UW Stevens Point Gold. So Carthage Red has the same record as Carthage Black, 2-3. They'll be taking on UW Stevens Point Gold, who are also 2-3. Carthage coming off some losses to Cornell College and St. Ambrose in weeks 1 and 2. We saw the St. Ambrose game in week 2. Subby and I were here to cast that. Carthage Red was competitive in that matchup, but ultimately St. Ambrose was just the better team. They had Miracle playing as Pikachu. I mean, Miracle was great on Pikachu with everything that they did. I mean, we saw that electricity flash thing, whatever, take out one of our Firebirds on the ledge. It was an incredible play, and hats off to St. Ambrose. And then Carthage Red was able to pick up some wins against Wartburg and Buena Vista in the preceding weeks. But we are ready to get set for this next round of Carthage Black and Wayne State, with Phoenix taking on Evander. So Phoenix will have the slight stock advantage here, and we will have no game audio, apparently. So unfortunately, that will be the case. We've had some issues with the game audio previously, so apologies for any inconveniences there, but we still have the casting aboard. Phoenix with a nice grab to start things out versus Evander. Another nice grab, trying to get aggressive, play close range against Game & Watch, not letting him perform the range game himself like we saw against Mint Melee. Mint Melee was not able to crack the code per se of Evander, but we'll see if Phoenix can do that, really soften him up a little bit. But again, cannot fall for that air combo. That is deadly. We've seen that from Evander previously. That down smash is not going to hit. Phoenix now 80% damage. Looking for that side B. Not able to hit it quite yet. Just feeling it out. Nice neutral air from Evander. The bomb is going to connect. Phoenix at 106%. Man, that bomb was really close to ledge guarding Phoenix. Luckily, he was able to move out of the way. Let's see what Phoenix is able to do here. Nice neutral attack, but again, that up air combination, that is very scary, especially with those clouds. You only have so much room on the top before you just fall out of the screen's position here. Phoenix trying to battle back here. He does get the stock off of Evanator. Wow. Amazing showing for Phoenix. Has 1 KO already on the board. Struggled last week, but he's starting out strong this week. Evanator currently down to his last stock for Wayne State. Takes 1 off of Phoenix. So I believe that would make the score 7-5. Yes, 7-5. Wayne State up by 2. That was a nice little neutral attack from Evanator. Up smash is going to be broken by Pitt's shields. Evanator is going to be up to around 90% damage off of that grab. Phoenix trying to ledge guard with Pitt. That is a bold move. Almost didn't work out for him. Could have been detrimental. Makes the recovery, even though that side B was very, very short of the ledge. Lucky to have Pitt's recovery ability, because if he had a character like Little Mac there, he would have been toast. Phoenix still has a shot to close this one out here. Does have a stock advantage. The thing of Carthage just needs momentum here in these games. We've seen them jump out to leads, but they have not been able to maintain them. Evanator getting another stock off of Phoenix. That makes it 7-4 in favor of Wayne State. Arrow's going to reflect off the shield. Side B's not going to connect. Evanator going to look to regroup here. Phoenix might catch him sleeping on this ledge. No, he's not. Side B not going to connect again, and that these neutral attacks from Evanator have really been the story here. Juggling Pitt around, even though he's at 117% damage. One more good hit from Phoenix, and he can win this round. The question is, will he let Evanator do more damage before that happens? And he won't. Phoenix finishing off Evanator, and that makes it 6-4 in favor of Wayne State. But great closeout from Phoenix. You know, we mentioned that he only had 5 KOs coming into this one. He picked up 2, so that's a great start for Phoenix. And he'll be included in the next round, and the Wildcats will regroup and send in their 3rd player. And like I said before, the last player remaining for Carthage Black in this set will be Precious Sponge, who has 28 KOs on the season. So it'll be nice to see them play as King DDD or whatever other character they decide to whip out for this matchup. Could be a surprise, but usually it's King DDD that they main. So that's good enough for me. And also looking back at last week's loss to the South Dakota Hard Rockers, Carthage remained competitive in that one, obviously, and you know they fell short 12-10 in both games. But in those games, Paramedics had 5 KOs, Precious Sponge had 3, Mint Melee had 2, and then in game 2, Paramedics had 6, Precious Sponge had 2, and then Mint Melee had 2. So it was kind of a little bit of a balance between all of the members. Phoenix kind of struggled in that one, but you know they remained competitive nonetheless, and they're hoping for a win here, as they did defeat Marquette University 2-0 in week 4. So that's a nice confidence booster for them. And, you know, to be able to stay competitive against a team like South Dakota is really beneficial. So as we wait to get things set, we can obviously guess whatever Smash character Wayne State is going to have for their 3rd player. And if I had to guess who it's going to be to go against Pitt, I don't know. We haven't seen any of the heavy characters yet, so maybe we'll see a Donkey Kong or something like that. talking, of course, on the side of Wayne State, we did see paramedics on Bowser for Carthage Black, so I want to make that clear. We did see a heavy character there, but, you know, usually we see heavy characters being played all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe a Donkey Kong, maybe a Bowser, maybe a King K. Rool, somebody like that. But we still remain idle as the players are looking to pick a stage. And just a reminder for those tuning in, this is the Week 6 NECC Smash Bros. Carthage Esports stream. It'll be a doubleheader tonight. Currently, we have Carthage Firebirds Black taking on Wayne State Wildcats. The score currently in set 1 is Wayne State has 6 stocks remaining. Carthage has 4 stocks remaining. And at around 8 p.m. or so, we will switch over to Carthage Reds game versus UW Stevens Point Gold. Both teams are 2-3 in that one. And when we switch to Carthage Red, we will provide you statistics for Carthage Black versus Wayne State. We will also update you on League of Legends. So stick around for that. And to explain the Smash format once again, since we have, you know, a little bit more dead air time to fill here, the entire competition is considered a match. So the entire match consists of a best of 3, 4v4, 12 stocks per team, and 3 stocks per player. The game or sets consists of, you know, what set are we on in the best of 3? Is it set 1? Is it set 2? Is it set 3? And then rounds are what we're about to see right now is just the fighting between 2 separate players. And we'll see Phoenix taking on Asterisk Skeleton. I'll just call him Skeleton for short on Joker. I haven't seen Joker in a long time, so very excited to see this. Phoenix will have that 1 stock that carries over from the previous round, where he took out Evanator in a closer than expected matchup, but he still got the job done nonetheless. He's going against the powerhouse of Joker. You notice that bar that is above Joker's icon, that is his Arsene ability that increases his damage for all of his attacks, and he is very lethal when he gets that, sort of like Cloud's limit bar or, you know, some other character that has an ability quite like that. So far, Skeleton's able to get the upper hand. That's going to be an SD for Phoenix on pit, and Carthage will be down to their last player, which will be Precious Sponge. So a quick exit for Phoenix after scoring 2 KOs in the previous match, or previous round, I should say. Already fumbling on the words of the format here. But yeah, we will see Precious Sponge come out for Carthage College against Skeleton, who was not really able to show his abilities on Joker quite yet, but we shall see how Precious Sponge does here. And we're awaiting the players to pick a stage. So Precious Sponge, again, coming in 28 KOs, 32 falls. So we expect great things for Precious Sponge. Wayne State currently has 6 stocks remaining, so it's a 3-stock gap here. Carthage, this is doable for Carthage, but Precious Sponge is going to have to be, it's going to have to do a lot more than, you know, the typical, losing my words here, the typical style of play you would expect. You know, if you're the first one going in, you expect to get at least 1 or 2 stocks. But now, if you're in a 3-stock hole, you expect to get, you know, more than anticipated, and that's what Precious Sponge is going to be asked to do. The question is, will they be up to the task? We shall find out. I have confidence they can at least make this a bit closer, but you know, we've seen Carthage Black get into some of these, you know, stock deficits, and they're not able to pull themselves out. And it's just a matter of finding consistency and balance with all of the players. And, you know, when you have freshmen on the team, that's going to be hard to formulate as the season goes on. But considering this team is, you know, 1-4, 2-3, I mean, they're in a good spot right now. And, you know, with more experience, this team is going to get better over time. But right now, we will have Precious Sponge taking on the Joker of Wayne State, Skeleton. W costume, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I always love to dress up as Funky Kong. I've done it for 3 years. More on that story later. Nonetheless, though, we're getting into this matchup here. Fresh set of stocks for both players. Precious Sponge loves to use the gories of King DDD. A prime tool in this moveset. Great for ledge guarding. Almost hit it there. But Skeleton is going to have Arsene available. It's at 87% damage, though. That meter is ticking away. Gory's not going to hit, but that's going to force an SD, though, and that'll count as a stock. Precious Sponge closing this gap to 2 stocks. Wayne State has 5 remaining. 2 remaining for Skeleton, for those keeping count of individual players. Precious Sponge has about 80% damage and counting going against him. Arsene's actually going to block the Gory away. That's something you see every day, but when you have a King DDD and a Joker in this scenario, that's exactly what happens. Some nice shielding. Oh my goodness, a reflection of the Gory from Skeleton. Oh my goodness. What an amazing play for Wayne State. And we're even up at 2 apiece for this round. Precious Sponge is going to try to get his revenge here. Arsene's going to be activated. That's going to be a little bit harder to do. If he just finds the opening here, he can get the stock. But the Gories are just not going to work. They're not going to work because Skeleton knows how to reflect them. And once they know how to reflect them, I mean, it's even harder to get those things to hit. And again, the reflection from Skeleton. He's figured out Precious Sponge already. As this round is going on, Carthage down to 1 stock remaining in set 1. Skeleton really pulling it away for Wayne State here. Gory is going to be easily shielded off. Gory is actually going to be knocked away. Precious Sponge is going to get 1 stock off of Skeleton, so still in it for right now. 3 stock deficit, but Carthage still trying to hang on. Nice play with the Gory, but unfortunately it went right back into Precious Sponge's face. Arsene's activated. Almost an SD. And now Skeleton might... Oh, he almost had the advantage there to get the finishing blow, but now he... Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. Oh my goodness. Precious Sponge doing a little bit of Houdini magic here at 183, and now gone for sure. Okay, I had to make sure. Wayne State gonna pull away with set 1 with 4 stocks remaining. I mean, just a hats off performance from Wayne State all around. Hats off to our Carthage Firebirds as well. Losing by 4 stocks, you know, that is a deficit, but it's not too big of a deficit. So we'll take what we can get, and we will be back from intermission break with set number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from the break. Made a little mistake. We're on Carthage Red versus UW Stevens Point, and I found a Luigi, Wild Luigi. Subby is now on the stream.
It's good to be back. Having the same outfit as always, Luigi, just like last year. Unfortunately, you guys can't see right now.
Yeah.
I do not have a fake mustache with me, so I had to draw mine on. So bear with me.
More on that story later. So we currently have Ender up for Carthage against Shadow Dragon for UW Stevens Point. So we'll see what Ender can do here. Already taking a stock off of the Palutena.
So, any predictions starting off for this game set?
I think Ender has the momentum right now, so he should be able to win this. But you know, you really can't count out the Palutena. And as I say that, well, there goes Ender.
Oh,
So stock's tied at 11.
looks like Ender's doing pretty good though for going against a Palutena. I know I always hated going against Palutena online, so it's a pretty good start to have.
Yeah, for sure. We don't really see a lot of Palutena. She has a very unique and methodical moveset that is pretty complex. You know, you don't see the average player picking Palutena, and that's why.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because she's a complex character to play.
For sure, especially when it gets someone like Zero Suit Sam, who's always on the toes. It's gonna be harder to combat that. As we can see, Ender is just taking this round.
Gets 2 KOs within this round already. Coming into this one, total, he had 21 knockouts, so add 2 on there, that's 23. Almost matching his falls count of 24, so that is great to see. Ender is another one of our freshmen, the only one on Carthage Red. The rest of the members are returning players and familiar names and also familiar characters that they play, which we will see later on, most likely.
Oh yeah, especially for Ender just being a freshman going to Carthage Red. He's going to make a huge line of history, especially up to his senior year. His gameplay is only going up from here.
Yes, yep, and with more experience that will happen. The likelihood will be increased. The Palutena has 91% damage, trying to avoid the possible inevitable here, as Ender's just moving around the map. Trying to play the range game.
He is not going to let the Palutena rest for 1 second.
Nope. Gotta go close range. You can't just let them play the long game. And there we go.
There it is.
Wow. Nice back air, too, from Ender. Picture perfect, and that is how Carthage starts out the first round of the first set.
Good job on Ender. Fantastic gameplay. This is just amazing to see, like, right off the bat. He already got his rhythm going. I know last game has been a little bit rocky at least the last stream that we did.
Yep.
But Ender's for real to find his own style of fighting. It's really working up for him.
Yeah, and in that last stream he faced against the Kazuya, and that was a really tough matchup for him.
We remember the Kazuya.
Yes. Playing as Zero Suit Samus, that was not an even matchup whatsoever. I mean, Kazuya is just amazing with his combos and what you're able to do with him. So obviously limited Ender in his potential and his debut, but so far he's making the most of it.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I know I bring this up every stream. We already know how this is going. DLCs personally for me feel very pay to win. So someone as strong as Kazuya, just absolute mop the floor.
I would agree with that.
But for having someone like Kazuya going against, he still holds his ground pretty well.
So since we're in a little bit of a break and you can see our Halloween costumes, Subby, give them the story about the Luigi mustache from last year.
Oh, gosh. So I'm going to be honest, every year since 4th grade, I've been Luigi for Halloween. And last year, I had a fake mustache to prevent scenarios like this, where I don't have to show up to school looking like a buffoon with a mustache drawn on my face. Unfortunately, I wasn't that prepared for this year, and now it's just melting off. Like, I just ate chocolate or something. Drank chocolate milk, and now it's on my face.
Oh, well. At least it doesn't fall off this year.
Oh, yeah. On stream, it kept falling off because it's really hot in this room. And it's just, during the stream, you just see me like...
The moisture just wasn't with you, unfortunately.
No, it was not.
Nope.
I had packed a lot of mustaches in my pocket. Just see me midstream put a new one on. Other than that, we see you are Funky Kong,
Yep.
as always.
Yeah, this is year 3. This was an idea solely from my mother. We pieced this outfit together. We had a regular Donkey Kong costume. We have the tank top, obviously, and we have the jean shorts that are cut to match Funky Kong style. And I've kind of added a little bit more accessories as we've gone on. I have the glasses, of course, right here. So, I mean, I have pretty much everything.
It's awesome. Rocking it, as always.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, he's not in Smash Bros.
Unfortunately. He probably won't be, but
Probably
that's all right.
won't. Might be an Echo if he was.
See, but then he can't be an Echo, though, because he's his own Kong.
Right.
So
Right. This is another discussion for another time.
Right. Yes. But now we have action once again. Ender still remaining in the lineup for Carthage Red. Has those 2 stocks that are carried over from the previous round. Going up against a Bowser Beetle from Stevens Point. And we've seen one of our Carthage players on the black team use Bowser well. So I'm curious to see how UW Stevens Point Gold is going to use Bowser. I mean, there's a simple way to use Bowser, but who knows? Maybe somebody has another cheesy combo that I don't know of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Really gotta stock off. Bowser is an extremely heavy hitter. Very versatile in that sense. So, see if Ender can figure out new mechanics to fight against him.
Happened early on. Not looking too good for him, but he is getting some damage on Beetle. Nice parry, though, from Beetle. Going for that up smash. It's not going to hit. The side B will, though, and that's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. You do not want to be caught in the Bowser side grab.
Have to play long range against Bowser. You know, if you go toe-to-toe with him, I mean, you're as good as toast. Have to play the range game with the lasers here. Nice grab, though. Don't want to be too passive and also don't want to be too aggressive. Almost getting Beetle out. Ledge guard does work for Ender. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see.
Ender has for sure figured that way out. That is props to him.
That's great. We'd love to see that.
Let's see it again.
Let's see it. Let's see it 2 more times.
Let's see it 2 more times.
See it 2 more times. See if he can get the 3 stock. Oh my goodness, that down spike does a lot of damage, 20%. The ground pound, unfortunately, for Beetle is going to get shielded off.
Oh, yeah. For not wanting to be close to Bowser, Ender's really bringing it close and personal. He is not afraid of those hits.
That ground pound nearly hitting. That's what Beetle's trying to set Ender up for, but just takes the up smash as free real estate. And UW Stevens Point's going to walk away with that round. Beetle looking strong as Bowser.
It's my arch nemesis right there. Not just because it's the enemy's team, but for obvious reasons.
I'm sure that's why Mario's not here, right?
Oh, yeah, no. He's doing that part. This is Luigi in his spare time, you know? Plumber by day, caster by night.
Forgot the ghost arc, but that's somewhere in between.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot my side job. That business is not going well. The Ghostbusters really picked up and put me out of business.
Yep. I don't know when we could see a Luigi's Mansion 4, but it is possible that we could see it. Considering the fact that Luigi's Mansion 3 did so well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know if there's going to be a 4. I would hope there will be. Honestly, I'm just really happy that they remade Dark Moon because that one was my all-time favorite one out of the Luigi's Mansion series. So I'm fine if they don't, just because I'm afraid if they ruin the series, you know, by having that one bad game. But
there is a debate going on around Dark Moon and 3.
Really?
Yeah. So based on the level style for Dark Moon and then the open world, you know, style of 3, people are arguing whether or not Dark Moon is better than 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
they're wrong. I'm going to tell you that flat out. Other than that, we never got over our predictions for the enemy's team of who we're going to see. I'm just going to say I'll be happy to see a Luigi. I don't know if they're going to use a Luigi, but, you know, it'd be nice to see me in the game. Or Mario. Mario would be fun to see as well. I know we saw one last year, and that one was really scary to go against.
Yeah, I remember that. That guy was pretty lethal as Mario.
Oh, yeah. So what are your guesses?
You already know what I want to see. I say it every stream.
If it's Roy, I'm not interested.
It's going to happen one of these days.
No.
It's going to happen.
Nah.
It's going to happen. Maybe
So,
not. Maybe not
No,
this
no
year.
more Fire Emblem. No, we already seen too much of this. But other than that, see who are we gonna have fight next?
Mechanical Merlin coming in for Carthage. A nice heavyweight bout on tap. King K. Rool versus
Wow.
Bowser. This is as best as you can get.
It's two reptiles fighting for the throne.
I mean, you throw in Donkey Kong, it'd be a triple threat match. I mean,
Oh yeah.
that would be great. So we'll see what Mechanical Merlin can do entering this game. He has 16 knockouts to 24 falls on the season. So we'd like to see him get a little bit more in terms of KOs, but we shall see what happens. Tossing that crown around. It's not going to do much damage. Forward smash will. The cannonball is going out. Looking for a possible footstool maybe. Throws him off. Cannon again. Aiming for that footstool, he just doesn't have the angle to... Oh, and that's
There
an SD
it
anyway.
is.
Well.
Mechanical Merlin. He's always getting the magic.
Yep. For ledge guarding, you just got to make sure your opponent can't get to the ledge, whether you KO them or not. The objective is to make sure they fall.
Oh yeah. The one thing is, I realized that they're both yellow reptiles fighting. Like, they both choose the same color.
Yeah.
And they're both heavy characters.
Yep. Luckily, we can tell the difference.
Oh yeah, especially playstyle as well. King K. Rool is a heavy hitter, but has more range in terms of Bowser.
That's a nice up air from Beetle. Takes away one of Mechanical Merlin's stocks. We'll put Carthage at 8 stocks remaining. Still have that 1 stock lead that they're holding on to from Ender's strong start. Ground pound's not going to hit. Mechanical Merlin shoves Bowser into the ground. He's able to get away, though.
See if he could put an end to Bowser before he gets one more stock off.
Both of these players just trying to grab one another. Trying to set each other up.
Trying to go for
the
that ledge guard.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
And that's a throw right out of here. See ya later, Mechanical Merlin says
See you
to
later,
Beetle.
alligator. I'm done with that one. I needed to say it. I needed to say it.
You know, if there was ever an appropriate time for that, it's now.
It was now.
Yes.
It was now. You know, thank you. I really think that goes in the pun basket of records. 'Cause
That
the other
goes
times
in the
kinda
golden
suck.
can.
Yeah,
That-
exactly. Golden buzzer.
Yeah.
It was the golden buzzer of puns.
I don't think we'll see a better one this
Yeah,
year.
no, you definitely can't top that during the stream.
Definitely not. So, Mechanical Merlin winning that round for Carthage, and they remain up 2 in the stock count against UW Stevens. And that's exactly what this team needs, as, you know, they're coming off a win against Buena Vista, who was an 0-5 team, so that kind of gave them confidence coming into this one. But to do
Oh,
it
yeah.
against a formidable opponent that's similar to their record, it's great to see.
Oh yeah, it is. Especially for I know Ender's the only new one that's on our red team,
Mm-hmm.
but coming off right off the bat, showing a really strong, promising character, and it's just the team chemistry is just going on along that.
Yeah, and Mechanical Merlin mentioned to me a few weeks ago that, you know, the more they practice and the more they fix their mistakes, they'll keep pace with the rest of their Great Lakes West division. And they're currently in 6th place, so they're fighting for a playoff spot right now. But if they can get these wins, you know, this week and next week, they're going to be in pretty good shape for a playoff spot.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely put him in a good spot.
So as we wait for the stage to be selected, what fighter do you think we're going to see out of the UW Stevens point?
That I think we're gonna see versus what I want to see. I am not sure. We've seen a lot of crazy picks here. I mean, I did not guess that Palantino was gonna be another team at all. You know what I haven't seen that'll be really interesting? A Meta Knight. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, that would be nice. Our producer likes that one.
Oh yeah, Meta Knight's a good pick. My cousin, we play Smash Bros all the time. Meta Knight's always his first pick. Never changes his character.
Mm-hmm. He was especially, like, broken in Smash Brawl.
Oh yeah, just spamming that one button where he just swings his sword everywhere.
Yep.
Unbreakable.
Luckily for us, Sakurai made that change for Ultimate.
No,
so.
this is the nerf button. He went,
Game & Watch.
wow, this is actually
Interesting.
one of my favorite Smash characters. I know I say that a lot of times, but trust on this one. He's an interesting pick. I feel like I
Yeah.
also was not expecting that at all.
I totally think the range game is going to be played with Game & Watch here because I don't know why you would go up close to a King K. Rool as Game & Watch, considering Game & Watch's neutral ability where he just has a frying pan and just launches projectiles everywhere, and that neutral air that you just saw there.
Oh, yeah. Game & Watch, even though he can have some good hits, which he's doing right now.
Oh, the 9 side B came out, but nothing was in his vicinity. Wrong time. We do love to see that 9.
He's going to play really close.
So the side B for Game & Watch has a counter between 1 to 9. So 9 being the most intense, and when that hits, it's usually an automatic knockout. But speaking of knockouts, Mechanical Merlin evening the stocks up at 2. At least for the moment. Oh my goodness. What a play.
You just hit right back off the stage.
Yeah. What a great play from Cursives there. It's back to a 1 stock advantage for the Game & Watch here. He's trying to get King K. Rool out of here.
The propeller's going to be chopping him up there.
Some nice off the stage gameplay here. He's going to try to do the same thing again, and it works for Cursives, and he takes out Mechanical Merlin. Falling for the same trick twice.
I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, because apparently that worked really well for Cursives.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go.
There we go. I think it's the mustache throwing me up. Throwing me off. There you go. But other than that, for a Game & Watch going against a really heavy hitter, that was fantastic gameplay, always using the ledge to their advantage. But that turtle side, it's really powerful, especially camping on that. I feel like it has a really big frame when it comes to hitting people, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to pull the heavyweights off of the stage and make them recover, it's easier to hit them, obviously, because their hitbox is bigger. So that's just Smash 101 right there is what we saw.
Oh, yeah. The ledge guard is probably one of the most popular defenses of this game.
It's essential.
If not the most important one.
Right, it's essential to the core gameplay. I mean, if you're excellent at it, you're going to do really good. If you're kind of subpar, you're going to struggle a little bit, but...
Oh, yeah, especially getting out of it.
Yep. The great thing is you can practice and practice over and over again.
It's also really interesting to see the way different people go about doing a ledge guard. There's various different types of characters, skill sets, play styles even. As we saw, Game & Watch has a lot of projectile moves, which means it can be used to take control of the map using, well, projectiles. But we saw him play very aggressive and was definitely pushing that ledge guard, which worked really well for him. So it really depends on people's playstyle, and that can change a character drastically.
Indeed. And with Mechanical Merlin going out, we are going to have Lunar Synergy, who leads the team in knockouts with a whopping 27.
Oh, yeah, that's Lunar for you.
Yeah, that's Lunar Synergy. Usually plays Byleth, so, you know, he's done amazing things as Byleth. In the stream we had when they played against St. Ambrose, he did well. So we hope that the same thing happens against UW Stevens Point. In a close matchup where Carthage does have a 1 stock advantage after having a 2 stock advantage, but Carthage still maintaining a lead within the midway point of this first set, and that's important. It's just the consistency to keep a lead, because we've seen them jump out to these big leads, but they just can't, for some reason, maintain them, and that's been the problem, holding both of our teams back.
Oh, yeah. I see this happening quite often. Though Lunar does have fantastic gameplay, and I trust that he's definitely a player that's not easy to go against at all. Even if the other team can be top of the tier list, he has his foot down. He's at least going to get a stock off.
Indeed. And as we wait for the next round to occur, I mean, there's been a lot more talk about the Switch 2 and when it could come out. I mean, we thought it was going to come out, you know, around the time that the original Switch was officially announced, which was mid-October, but we're about to be in November and still no announcement on the Switch 2. Nope.
Might be a surprise drop.
Maybe. Speaking of surprise drops, if you didn't see any of those Xenoblade fans out there, Xenoblade Chronicles X is going to be a port on the Switch in 2025.
You could add the last part.
In 2025.
2025.
Don't
Way
get
to
the
get
hopes
people's
up.
hopes.
I don't know how you can just shadow drop that on a random Tuesday. Like Nintendo the admin just wakes up. Oh yeah, we're just gonna drop this. We're not gonna do a direct or
Not a
anything.
big deal.
We're just gonna drop this, right?
Not a big deal.
That was like
That's exactly
that was like the last big Wii U game everybody was waiting to be ported over, and now the Wii U's kind of just dead.
Oh
really.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm really expecting big things for the new Switch. Like I know they still have other games being ported to Switch, so I'm hoping that the new Switch kind of has that where you can use your Switch game cards. I know other systems have that. I don't think it will, but that would be really nice to see.
No backwards compatibility for Switch 2? That's a bold take. That's a bold take.
Backwards
compatibility.
Compatibility, yeah.
I know, it's a big word. It's a big word.
That is a really big word.
As we get into the next round here, we have Lunar Synergy. Ready to get some stocks, hopefully off of Cursives, who's been playing really well as Game & Watch, as we mentioned before in our little break. So far, he's using his aerial neutrals to the advantage. That up B from Lunar Synergy's Byleth is very lethal. We've seen it used in plenty of scenarios, so see that multiple times throughout.
It looks like they're both going to be fighting for that competitive play. Both very up-close characters, or play styles, I should say. And this has been an interesting match so far. Already in the hundreds. It's only been like a few seconds.
Yeah. Under Synergy trying to get away from Curses before he can do the ledge guarding purposes here. Lunar's going to make it back to the ledge. Oh, and the up smash is going to connect. Cursive's down to his last stock. Great methodical movement we're seeing from Lunar Synergy. The top player on Carthage Rin. He's the top player for a reason, as you just saw.
See if you can get Cursive out immediately.
There it goes.
There it is. Top player right there.
Up there. Yep, there we go. Cursive's out for UW. Stevens Point there on their last player, and Lunar Synergy will still have all three stocks heading into the next round.
And that is a scary thing to hear from the opposing or for the opposing team to hear, that Lunar still has 3 stocks and they're on their last player. Let's see who they got up their sleeve. One guess who that character might be.
I'm going to say it's Fox. I mean, we haven't seen Fox at all.
You're right.
So,
Fox is a good pick.
It's also not Roy, so I know you would like that. So.
Oh, yeah. I know Roy. No, Roy.
He's still our boy.